Hi everyone. In the previous video you saw how we did the basic questions of definite integrals. We took substitution method also in that. But let's see if directly the substitution method is not working out, then what we can do. See this question, children. Here I am given with sin phi and cos phi. But if I substitute sin phi as t, then this complete will not go off. That means this I will not be able to get this as my differentiation term. Why? Because this is cos raised to power 5. So I will not be getting, if I am taking sin phi as t, then I will not be getting the derivative of sin phi as cos raised to power 5. And if I take cos phi as t, then I will not get this under root of sin phi. So in this case, what you have to do, children, you have to break this cos raised to power 5 phi in the simpler one, and then you have to convert it into sine form. Let's see how we can solve this question. So I can write it as 0 to pi by 2 under root sine phi. This can be written as cos phi into cos raised to power 4 phi d phi. Now again I can write this, I can write this cos raised to power 4 phi as cos square phi whole square phi. Now this can again be written as under root sine phi into cos phi, and this can be written as under root 1 minus sine square phi by the identity. Alright. Now what I can write here, I can simply take let sine phi equal to t. Therefore the derivative of this will be cos phi d phi equal to dt. Alright. So in place of cos phi d phi I can write it as dt, and in place of sine phi I can write it as t. So I can write it like this, 0 to pi by 2, and this is under root t, which can be written as t raised to power just half, and this is under root 1 minus sine square phi whole square. So this whole square and root gone, so I am just getting it as 1 minus t square d phi. Sorry, not d phi, it is dt. I have differentiated. That means in place of cos phi d phi I am writing just dt. Now you can simply multiply this t raised to power half inside, so I will be getting t raised to power half dt. I am breaking into two functions. This is again 0 to pi by 2, t raised to power half and t raised to power 2. T raised to power 2 plus half, which will give you 5 by 2. So this is t raised to power 5 by 2 dt. Now this is simple integration of x raised to power n. So apply the formula and find out the answer. Children, I am mistaken over here. It was not cos phi, it was cos square phi. So the value will be just 1 minus sine square phi. And here again it will be whole square. So you will be now opening it. Here you will be opening by the formula a minus b whole square. So this is 0 to pi by 2 t raised to power half dt minus, here you will be writing it as a, which is 0 to pi by 2. What is your a over here? Just 1 plus t square. This is t raised to power 4 minus 2t square. So this is the form which you will be getting here. Now open it with the, integrate it with the formula x raised to power n. So on opening it, you are getting the answer as 64 by 231. Children, one thing you have to keep it in your mind, that whenever you are using substitution method, then you have to change your limits. So when your phi is 0, your t is 0. When your phi is pi by 2, then the value of t is 1. You put here in place of phi once 0 and once pi by 2 and get the value of t. So just apply here a minus b whole square formula, open it and put the value. So you are getting 64 by 231 as your answer. Children, whenever you get the question of inverse trigonometric form, then you always try to substitute the value of x. That means I just want to get this 2x upon 1 plus x square in sine form, so that sine inverse and sine can self adjust and I can get the simple function. For this I will be doing, let x equal to tan theta, so here dx will be equal to sec square theta into d theta. Although I know that sec square theta is not present in the numerator, but still I will be taking it. Okay, this is one thing. Secondly, whenever you are applying substitution method, you have to change the limits. That means when your x is 0, tan theta will be equal to 0. In which case tan theta will be equal to 0. You find out the value of theta. So you will again get theta equal to 0. If your x is equal to 1, then in which case you will be getting your theta as 1. So in this case your theta will be equal to pi by 4. So let's substitute all these values in the equation. So I will be getting 0 to 1. This will be sine inverse 2 tan theta whole upon 1 plus tan square theta, and in place of dx I will be writing it as sec square theta, sorry, here 0 to 1, that means 0 to pi by 4. Now it has been converted into 0 to pi by 4. Sec square theta into d theta. So these are the limits for theta. Okay. So in place of this I can write sine 2 theta, and sine inverse sine 2 theta will just give me 2 theta into sec square theta into d theta. Now see children, I have got my function in just one variable which I can solve. So here this 2 is a constant, so can be written out, and here I am getting again product of two functions. So I will be using my word isolate to choose which is my first function. So here theta is considered to be as an algebraic function, and this is your trigonometric function. That means this will be your u and this will be your v. So apply the formula. So 2 here, that means first function as it is, I am writing it here. First function as it is, integration of sec square theta, which will give me just tan theta, and then I will be putting 0 to pi by 4 minus integration from 0 to pi by 4. Differentiation of first with respect to theta will give me just 1, and integration of sec square theta will just give me tan theta. Alright, now again I will be solving it. So this is up till here, this is into d theta. Now again this is 0 to pi by 4, integration of tan theta from 0 to pi by 4. So I will be writing it as, you can pause and see the solution children. Here what I have done, I have just put the limits, upper limit minus lower limit. Here the integration of tan theta is written as minus log of cos theta, and then the limits are put here. Now this is log of cos, upper limit is pi by 4, minus log, lower limit is cos 0. Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, minus this is log of 1. Now children, what I have done, I have taken negative sign common out of it. So minus 2 log of 1 minus 1 by root 2, log of 1 by root 2. Now applying here the property or the rule of log of m minus log of n will give you log of m by n, which will give me log of root 2. Now children, this 2 which was written here is taken in the power, because you know log of m raised to power n can also be written as n into log of m. So we were given with this form and I have written in this form. So here it is square, so square of root is just 2. So I am getting it as pi by 2 minus log of 2. Have a look.